I caught the smile before I saw the glass. It wasn't warm. It wasn't proud. It was practice. My mother's lips lifted, but her eyes, those sharp, calculating eyes, stayed frozen. The stem of the wine glass quivered faintly in her hand as she held out to me. "Congratulations, sweetheart," she said, her tone syrupy and soft, but there was venom under the sweetness. The wine scent hit me before the taste. It was metallic, faintly wrong. Not spoiled, just off. Enough to stir a quiet warning somewhere deep in my gut. Across the room, my fiancé, Daniel, laughed with my sister, Emma. They looked comfortable. Too comfortable. The smile, the smell, the silence. It all clicked at once. I turned to my mother, met her gaze, and smiled back. "Thank you, Mom," I said, taking the glass. Then I walked straight toward Emma. 30 minutes later, she collapsed. Emma had always been the favorite, the gentle one, the good one. My mother used to say I was too ambitious, too harsh, too much. But Emma was her perfect reflection. When Daniel and I got engaged, I thought I'd finally earned their approval. Mom hosted dinners, beamed for photos, called Daniel her future son. And I believed it. I believed all of them until one night. Daniel's phone buzzed while he was in the shower. I wasn't snooping. I was tidying up when the screen lit. Emma's name flashed across the top, followed by a red heart. The preview said, "Can't wait to see you again." My breath stopped. My hands didn't. I opened the thread. There were photos, hotels, private jokes about me, about how clueless I was. One message from Emma read, "She deserves to know someday. Just not now. Someday. Not now." They weren't planning to confess. They were planning to destroy me slowly. I didn't confront them that night. Rage screams. Revenge whispers. I deleted the messages, wiped my fingerprints on the screen, and smiled at Daniel when he stepped out of the shower. He didn't notice. He never noticed much. I waited. 3 months later, Daniel and Emma ended whatever they had. Quietly, it seemed. He proposed again. Same lies, different ring. Both families were there. My mother cried with joy. Emma clapped. I smiled. The engagement party was my mother's idea. "It's time to move forward," she'd said. I agreed. The day before the party, I overheard her on the phone. She was in her study, the door slightly open. Her voice was low and cold. "Make sure she drinks it. She's always been dramatic. If it happens fast, it'll look like an accident." My pulse didn't race. It stilled. I didn't need to know who she was talking to. I already did. The next day, I dressed in white. My mother loved that, said it made me look pure. Fitting. I saw that same practice smile when I arrived, the one people wear when your fate's already been sealed. That was when she handed me the glass. Emma looked radiant that night, hair pinned perfectly, lips red like the wine I held. She leaned close and whispered, "You look beautiful, sis." So, did she? I raised the glass slightly. "Here," I said, offering it. "Try this. It's better than what they're serving." She didn't hesitate. Emma never believed the world could hurt her. I watched her laugh, drink, and melt into the crowd. My mother's gaze followed her. Then she looked at me and froze. I didn't blink. It happened half an hour later. Emma was dancing under the fairy lights, laughter spilling into the music. Then she faltered mid-step. The glass slipped from her hand, shattering. Red wine splattered her white dress. Screams followed. My mother rushed forward, calling her name again and again. Daniel dropped beside her, shouting for help. I stood still, hands folded neatly, watching the chaos unfold, just as I'd pictured it. When the ambulance arrived, I followed quietly. My mother never looked at me. She didn't have to. The doctors called it poisoning, a rare compound, ingested minutes before the collapse. The police questioned everyone. My mother fainted when they asked about the wine, but I saw the flicker in her eyes when they mentioned the glass. She realized she had given it to me, and I had given it to Emma. I could almost hear her mind splintering under the truth. Emma didn't die, not completely. She survived, but barely. Months in a coma, with no promise of recovery. My mother visits her every day, pretending to pray, but I know it's not for forgiveness. It's to stare at the consequence of her failure. Daniel left after the truth surfaced, said the trauma was too much. Good. He was part of it, even if he didn't understand how deep. I inherited everything, my mother's business, her estate, her silence. She couldn't challenge me without condemning herself. Sometimes I visit Emma too. I sit beside her hospital bed and tell her stories about how much Mom adored her, about how I still remember her last smile.